Adrienne Morse pulled up her direct deposit notification on a Thursday evening. Same hospital, same trauma unit, same 12-hour shifts she has worked for 9 years. Same overtime. The number on the screen was 3% higher than last year. She did the math during a break in the staff lounge on the back of a discharge summary she had already filed. Her rent increased 7%. Her employer-sponsored health insurance premium increased 11%. Groceries were up. Gas was up. The daycare she needs for the 12-hour shifts raised its rates twice in the same year. Adrienne earns more money than she did last year. She can afford less. Her job is the one every article calls AI-proof. She is a registered nurse in a Level 1 trauma center in Nashville, Tennessee. No chatbot will ever hold a patient's hand during a code blue. No algorithm will ever tell a family that their father did not survive. No AI system will ever perform a rapid assessment on a patient who arrives unconscious and bleeding at 2 in the morning. Her job is safe. Her salary is not. This is Last Shift, where we document what happens when work begins to change. And what you are about to hear concerns the 5 professions that every expert, every career counselor, and every LinkedIn influencer calls AI-proof. The ones supposed to be safe. The ones where humans are irreplaceable. They are all correct. AI cannot do these jobs. But there is a second question that nobody asks. And it is the one that determines whether these workers can actually survive. What happens to the salary when AI changes everything around the job without changing the job itself? The answer is a mechanism with 4 moving parts. AI raises the productivity baseline, so you must produce more output to justify the same compensation. AI automates the adjacent support roles, so you absorb their workload without absorbing their salary. AI splits professions into a premium tier and a commodity tier, so the top earns more while the bottom earns less. And AI redirects company budgets from labor to technology investment, so there is less money available for the raises that were supposed to keep pace with inflation. AI does not replace you. It reprices you. Here are 5 jobs that AI will never take, and here is why your paycheck will not survive anyway. Job 1. The nurse. There are things a nurse does that no AI system can replicate. The physical assessment, palpating an abdomen, listening to breath sounds, interpreting the color of a wound. The emotional presence, holding eye contact with a patient who is frightened, explaining the procedure in terms a family can understand. Standing in the room when the monitor flatlines and there is nothing left to do but be human. Nursing is AI-proof. Every analysis confirms it. Every Future of Work report lists it among the safest careers. And they are correct about the job. They are wrong about the paycheck. Hospitals have a structural problem. Labor accounts for more than 50% of total operating expenses. That number has been rising for decades, and hospital administrators have been trying to reduce it for just as long. AI has given them a new set of tools. Documentation systems powered by AI are reducing the need for ward clerks, transcriptionists, and administrative support staff. Those positions are being eliminated or frozen. The work those people performed, charting, scheduling, coordinating, does not vanish. It redistributes to the nurses. The workload increases. The budget allocated to the eliminated positions does not follow the work to the nurses. It goes to the technology that replaced the support staff. Salary increases for nurses in 22-5 averaged approximately 3 to 4%. In the same period, employer-sponsored health insurance costs rose by 11%. That means the cost of employing a nurse increased significantly. But the increase went to the insurance company, not to the nurse's paycheck. 2 out of 5 healthcare workers say their current working conditions are unsustainable. Not because of AI. Because of everything AI enables. Leaner teams, higher patient loads, more documentation per shift, fewer support roles to share the administrative burden. A new model is emerging. Virtual nursing. Remote nurses handle documentation, discharge instructions, and initial patient assessments through video. The bedside nurse's scope narrows in theory, but the workload stays constant in practice. all because someone still has to be physically present for every patient interaction that requires hands, judgment, and a human face. The profession AI cannot replace is the profession the budget cannot sustain. Job 2. The graphic designer. At the top of the profession, graphic design is untouchable. A senior creative director at a major brand is not being replaced by Midjourney. The ability to understand a brand's identity, to translate a business strategy into visual language, to make a judgment call that a committee of executives could not, that is human work. AI is a tool in their hands. It makes them faster. It may even make them more valuable. At the middle and bottom of the profession, the picture is different. AI tools are Midjourney, Canva, Adobe Firefly A, have automated the routine production work that entry-level and mid-level designers use to perform. Template resizing, basic social media graphics, image editing, layout production. These tasks are not gone from the profession. They are gone from the payroll. Freelance designers are facing what industry analysts call the pricing paradox. Clients know that AI can generate a competent logo in 30 seconds. They know it can produce social media assets by the hundreds. The client does not understand the difference between competent and excellent. And even if they do, they increasingly do not want to pay for it. The assumption is that design should now be faster, and therefore cheaper. The twist is that the best designers are the ones who integrate AI fluently into their workflow are earning more, not less. There is an AI premium. Designers who can direct AI tools to produce higher quality output faster are commanding higher rates because they deliver more value per hour. But the designers who cannot integrate AI or who work in the commodity tier of the profession where the output is interchangeable are earning less. The middle of the salary distribution is collapsing. The top rises, the bottom falls. The profession survives. The salary distribution inverts. AI did not kill the designer. It split the profession in two. And you are either in the top half or the bottom half. There is very little middle left. Job 3. The teacher. Teaching is perhaps the most AI-proof profession on this list. The work of a teacher, building trust with a student over months, adapting a lesson in real time when the energy in the room shifts, recognizing when a child is struggling with something that has nothing to do with the curriculum, requires a kind of human attention that no algorithm can simulate. Every report confirms this. Teaching cannot be automated. And yet teacher salaries have been stagnating for decades. The average public school teacher in the United States earns less in inflation-adjusted dollars than teachers earned in the 1990s. The shortage is real. More than 300,000 teaching positions remain unfilled in any given year. In a functioning labor market, a shortage of that magnitude would drive wages upward. It has not. AI is making the dynamic worse. Not through replacement, but through budget competition. School districts facing tight budgets are increasingly allocating funds to educational technology platforms, AI tutoring systems, adaptive learning software, automated grading tools. Khan Academy's Khanmigo costs $4 a month. A human tutor costs $50 to $150 an hour. The technology is not a replacement for a teacher. But it is a replacement for the budget line that could have funded a raise. Teaching is the only job on this list where the shortage is increasing and the salary is stagnating simultaneously. Demand for the profession is higher than it has been in years. Compensation does not reflect that demand, and the distance between the two is growing. The job AI cannot do is the job society refuses to pay for. Job 4. The therapist. A therapist's work depends on something AI fundamentally lacks: the capacity for genuine human connection. The ability to sit with discomfort, to read a silence, to notice when a patient's posture contradicts their words, to build trust over months and years through consistency, vulnerability, and presence. Therapy is AI-proof in the deepest sense. It is not just a set of tasks, it is a relationship. And relationships cannot be automated. But the economics of therapy are being restructured around the therapist, not through the therapist. AI therapy bots, Wobot, Wysa, and a growing list of similar platforms have attracted millions of users globally. Wobot alone has served more than 1 million users. These platforms do not provide therapy in the clinical sense. They provide cognitive behavioral exercises, mood tracking, guided reflections, and scripted interventions. They are not therapists, but they are positioned in the market as alternatives to therapy, specifically for the low acuity, maintenance level interactions that constitute the majority of a private practice therapist's caseload. Insurance reimbursement rates for therapy sessions have been stagnating for years. The cost of running a private practice, rent, licensing, continuing education, liability insurance continues to rise. The margin between what a therapist earns and what it costs to practice is narrowing, and the emerging model tiered mental health accelerates the squeeze. AI handles the maintenance. Low-cost platforms serve people who need support, but cannot afford or do not require weekly sessions with a licensed professional. Humans handle the crisis work, the high acuity, high complexity cases that demand clinical judgment. But the crisis cases were never the profitable cases. The maintenance sessions, the weekly check-ins, the ongoing relationships, the steady income are the foundation of a practice. If AI captures the maintenance tier and humans retain the crisis tier, the therapist's caseload shifts toward harder, more demanding work at the same or lower reimbursement. The therapist is irreplaceable. The therapist's income is not. Job 5. The skilled tradesperson. This is the exception. And the exception matters because it reveals something important about the other 4. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians are AI-proof for the same reasons they have always been recession-resistant. The work requires physical presence in unpredictable environments, manual dexterity, real-time problem-solving, and compliance with local building codes that vary by jurisdiction. No AI system and no robot A can currently navigate a 60-year-old house's plumbing from a crawl space while improvising around modifications that were never documented. And unlike the other 4 professions on this list, the skilled trades are actually gaining wages. Compensation in construction and skilled trades is projected to increase 8 to 12% in 2026, significantly outpacing the broader labor market's 3.5 to 3.8% growth. The reason is not AI resistance. The reason is scarcity. The silver tsunami, the mass retirement of baby boomer tradespeople, has created a structural labor shortage that the industry has failed to resolve. There are not enough young people entering the trades to replace the workers who are leaving. The shortage is severe. It is national, and it has been building for 2 decades. The wages are rising because there are not enough plumbers. Not because plumbing is AI-proof. The AI immunity is real, but it is not what is driving the compensation. Scarcity is, and scarcity is a temporary condition. If training programs expand, if immigration policy shifts, if construction automation advances, the shortage resolves, and when the shortage resolves, the wage premium resolves with it. The plumber earns more because nobody trained a replacement. That is not AI proofing. That is scarcity pricing. And scarcity pricing has an expiration date. 4 of the 5 AI-proof jobs on this list face salary compression. The one exception gains salary only because of a demographic crisis, not because of AI immunity. Remove the shortage, and the exception joins the other 4. AI-proof is a label about task replacement. It says nothing about income stability. It tells you that a machine cannot do your job. It does not tell you that your job will pay enough to live on. The jobs survive, the salaries do not. And the people in those jobs, the ones who were told they were safe, are discovering that safe from replacement was never the same thing as safe from decline. Adrienne Morse will be a nurse next year, and the year after that. The chatbot cannot do her job, but the hospital's AI documentation system eliminated 2 ward clerk positions last quarter. The wages from those positions were redirected to the technology budget. Adrienne's patient load increased by 2, Her pay increased by 3%, and her insurance premium absorbed all of it. She is irreplaceable. She is also falling behind, and every article that calls her job AI-proof is telling her the part of the story that does not matter. Which AI-proof job are you in? And when was the last time your raise outpaced your rent? The shift does not always take your job. Sometimes it just takes your raise.